First of all, at the top and down the right-hand side are the paid listings. These have gone under several names over the years, but this is pay-per-click. This has been fairly consistent, and it is a pay-to-play section of advertising. Now, we as consumers may consider the fact that, well, hey, I don't click on those very much, and that's okay. It's not even about us as consumers necessarily. But those that do click, and statistically and consistently over the last decade, since pay-per-click has really come on the scene and has been very consistent, has shown that those that are further down that decision-making process or further down the process of being ready to purchase, this is where they will oftentimes end up. It makes up roughly 20 to 30% of the click-throughs after a search engine result page is displayed. So if only 20 to 30% of the population is going there, now we're looking at a little bit different. And by that I mean it's a quantity versus quality play. So usually in these paid listings there are some very specific terms. Things like Ford dealership in Cincinnati. Well, what if this was used car Ford dealership, Southern Cincinnati? The more specific you become, clearly that searcher is further along their decision-making process. So, in this case, these are the types of results that show up. We're going to explore this a little bit further. Pay-per-click. So, paid listings. I won't go too much on the history lessons of this, but it's been fairly stable, arguably the most stable form of advertising that Google has allowed us as advertisers and our clients to do. Now, they realized as they started being the incredible source of information in this great big digital Dewey Decimal System that they scour and produce results to us for, they realized that, well, we got to monetize this. Pay-per-click was born, and it was who had the deepest pockets wins for the most part. Now that's evolved because clearly that could only work for so long and only with enterprise level companies or large companies. And as that expanded and they realized, as Google and the powers that be in the industry further determined, the only way that we can really make this accessible and for us to continue growing with all the new businesses that are either in high growth mode or that are showing up every single day, every single week, is that we have to allow some means of allowing them to rank against national brands as it pertains to their local area or their service area, wherever they offer their products and their services. So pay-per-click now is not just who has the deepest pockets wins. It includes primarily a form of scoring that is that great equalizer called quality score.
Imagine the following. You've been working hard and finally decided to take a vacation. You are keen to spend a few relaxing days in the wine country, so you search on Google for Relaxing Hotel Napa Valley. Amongst the results, one of the ads reads, Wine Hotel Napa Valley, relaxing 4-star hotel in the country. The perfect getaway, now 20% off. When you click on the ad, you are brought to the hotel's website, which provides a nice introduction to the hotel and provides details on the 20% off special. You are sold and you book your vacation straight away. In other words, you searched and you found exactly what you were looking for. That is what Google aims to achieve and considers a great user experience. Google aims to always provide only the most relevant ads when someone searches on Google. With every search, AdWords considers thousands of ads and will only show those that are most likely to provide what the person was looking for. So how do you know if your ads seem to provide a good user experience? This is reflected in the quality score. AdWords calculates a quality score for each of your keywords by looking at a variety of factors, including relevance to the words people searched for, whether or not people found your ad relevant and clicked on it, the quality of your landing page, and many more. Based on these insights, AdWords assigns every keyword a quality score of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. Each keyword's quality score is updated regularly, taking into account any changes you made and the number of clicks you received. So having a strong quality score is important in order for your ads to be successful. However, quality score also plays a key role in determining your ad's position and how much you'll pay for a click. In general, the more relevant your ad, the higher your quality score. And the higher your quality score, the better your position and the less you will have to pay for a click. In other words, Google rewards you for providing an ad that provides a positive experience to people who search for your products, click on your ads and visit your website.
Quality score is a result of doing that correctly. This is also why you may take a big national brand that does have a local presence from a franchise standpoint, and you can have a local mom and pop or a regional specific brand in a restaurant or a retail setting be able to trump those national budgets all day long because they are playing that game of relevancy better. Keyword strategy, have one. So we talked about keywords. Again, relevant to your products, services, the things that make you a business and the things you want to be most known for, ideally, to your customers or your clientele as an advertiser. So use terms that are specific to those products and services. In some cases, that might include terms related to competitors. Also include terms that are related to things within the industry that have an impact on your business or ultimately what you offer as a business. So it's also important to find a fine balance, and this is different for every advertiser we come across. General terms, specific terms, short tail, long tail keywords. The short version of that is the general terms are things that might generate a lot of traffic, a lot of quantity, but not necessarily quality. Maybe they're just kind of doing early research. But then you should have a long list of the long tail keywords that are very specific. If you're an auto dealer, it might include not only the make, model, year, but also the trim levels. Things like leather, specific trim levels or equipment that might be offered with that. And so striking a fine balance between those two so you get really high quality traffic that might be very low in volume, as well as some of the branding exposure and still having the chance to get in front of those that might be searching generally but are ready to act fairly quickly. That takes some time to cultivate and to optimize to kind of find out who those people are and what those keywords should be. Negative keywords. On the flip side of what I've just talked about are those keywords you don't want to be found for. If you are a tire shop and you specialize in only car tires, an example of a negative keyword might be bicycle. It might be tire recall. Maybe you do want to be found in recall tire searches. Use negative keywords. In some examples, we've had clients have longer negative keyword lists than the actual keywords they're advertising for. Lastly, again, look at competitive terms or terms that are related to the industry you work in or that our advertisers exist in. Ad strategy. Have one of these too, as we say. So look at things like calls to action, the value statements, those things, what's in it for them to influence them to click through. Other things like easy readability, something we call camel casing or camel font. Capitalize that first letter in each one of those words. As you're thinking about this, go do some searches and look around. You can start to see who are running those pay-per-click ads fairly well or doing at least what it looks like are those best practices within the industry based on camel case or camel fonting. Now, it doesn't work 1,000% of the time, but statistics show that readability is dramatically increased in that limited time span you have for a customer to see and digest what they're reading in that ad. But ideally, you want to have that increased chance to get them to understand what you're showing, convey the most value and relevancy to them so that they'll click through and you can further engage with them and hopefully they will transact. A few other things too, go mobile. There's no standardization in the mobile space, yet we are all using mobile devices, whether that be smartphones, even dumb phones, if that might be tablets, laptops on air cards. There's no standardization across all those formats. However, the search engines, and particularly Google, says, guess what? We will standardize. You can come in and click, I want to be found. Yes, I want to be found on mobile searches. You can create mobile-only campaigns. They do a great job of segmenting that data in their analytics platform to say, here is searches specific to mobile. And guess how they're doing that? They're able to detect what type of device you're searching from. Whether you're tethered to a laptop computer at your desktop or it's somebody sitting in traffic searching for something on their iPhone or their Android phone. So elect to participate there. We've had some clients that have gone mobile only. So they have realized a lower cost per click and they get as much traffic, if not more, and conversion activity and ultimately ROI at a lower cost because they went mobile only and they were only found in those searches. That we become smarter and more intelligent as this new media team that exists. And collectively, we work together to affect the type of change, performance, results, and revenue that we want to see. Thank you for your time, and we hope to hear from you soon.